and then have the water keep flowing in Colorado. Let's get a quick take on this. Colorado Rising, an anti-fracking group, has filed a lawsuit to stop new oil and gas permitting in the state. The promised new regulations from Senate Bill number 181 created the landmark bill, was passed this spring, and the new regulations may now not be finalized until late 2020. Is this lawsuit going to stop that?
Well, what's interesting is, as you set up perfectly, we're in this interesting limbo stage where a law gets passed, but we don't know how it's going to get implemented. And it turns out it's going to take a while to figure that out. So understandably, communities impacted by it are raising questions about why does it take so long? Why can't we have these? Should we have a moratorium? And this is all going to get settled, I think, in court.
In court or in the legislature?
I don't see the legislature taking this on again. I think the court battle on this will be very interesting. Colorado Rising hasn't exactly had a great track record of suing over some of these issues that they've tried, so it'll be interesting to see whether they can move this one forward. The Colorado Oil and Gas Conservation Commission does admit that it's in something of a limbo land right now between trying to satisfy what 181 requires under the rules that were passed long before. And the environmental and the anti-fracking people want to see permitting stopped, and this bill, or this lawsuit that Rising filed, really only deals with one subdivision up in Broomfield, but their request is to stop all of it until these rules get done. And as you said, that's a year away. So is this something that the courts will have to resolve? Probably.
David, quickly, do you think the courts will resolve it?
Well, yeah, and it's the complaint, which was written by Joe Salazar, the former state legislator and defeated candidate for in the primary for Attorney General, doesn't really help the courts with this. In this period between when the 181 became law and the time it's taken to write new complicated regulations, the director of the Oil and Gas Commission has created these director's objective criteria, which to give the commission guidance in how to approve things, taking into account the requirements of 181, but before having the detailed regulations. And what was missing in this complaint was a specific explanation of how that is unlawful. There's a lot of hand waving and stuff, but in terms of a judge who is just trying to apply the law, the complaint really doesn't give the judge much particular guidance on how the commission is supposedly acting illegally.
John, really quickly?
The fact that Colorado is now being ranked as one of the top oil and gas producers in the nation is a good thing. But I don't know that those. But for safety reasons, I think should outweigh the rankings. We don't want to end up like the plant down in Texas that blew up across the street from the school. So I say if we don't have the safety regulations in there, I really wonder about the bill to begin with.